Hi, my name is Fiona and this is my whiteboard design challenge. So for this self-checkout system design, I started from figuring out who is the client to help us better define the user's needs and behaviors. So let's say we're designing for this Whole Foods store in Los Angeles, and the positioning of the store would be a premium grocery store. So what kind of people will come to the store? There might be families, students, couples, and also for the sake of this design challenge, let's focus on this group, young professionals with an active lifestyle. So their goal, why do they use the self-checkout system? Of course, their goal is to get a faster service, and this faster means one, they want to start the checkout process earlier, and two, they want to finish this checkout process faster. And also, for these people, there are certain things they value in their mind. For example, environmental friendly, healthy living, the freshness of food, and self-support spirit. And based on these, they might behave like this. For example, they might walk or ride a bike to the store. They bring their own shopping bag, and they only buy food for tomorrow, so they're not buying a lot. They only buy fresh foods. And so besides the analysis about our users, there's a third element that the person and our interface both interact with, which is the products they buy. So let's also take a look at that. So what kind of product they might buy at Whole Foods? The first group might be something like milk, where there's a barcode for them to scan. The second group might be something like alcohol, where they have a barcode scan, but also they need to show their ID. The third group of products is something like fruit. Usually there is a 4-digit code on fruit, and you enter the code, and then you enter the quantity, or you measure the weight of the products you buy. And also there is the fourth group, something like a bag of grain, where you don't have a barcode and you don't know the 4-digit code. So for that, usually people figure out what this product is in the system by looking up the product's name. And also after that, they need to enter the quantity or measure the weight of the product. So after an analysis of the different elements in this scenario, let's look at what this task flow might be for them. So I listed this very general task flow. They will start from a welcome screen for them to start a new checkout process, and then they can start scanning their products. And maybe during that process, they're not only scanning but also entering barcode and also entering the product's name. And then they might need to enter the quantity of the products or measure the weight of the product on the scale. Also, during this checking out process, first, they will need to adjust the number of bags they want to purchase. For example, if they bring their own shopping bag, the number will be 0, and they will set that at the very beginning of the checkout because they don't want to use any extra bags. And also, during this process, if something goes wrong, they can't find the code, the barcode is not working, they can ask for help, and a real person, a staff member, will come to help them. And after they finish checking out all these items, they will come to the finish and pay process, which is usually done on a separate device. They can insert cash or swipe credit cards and sign or enter password, things like that. And then in the end, they see the thank you screen, take their receipt, pack their things, and leave the store. So based on this flow, and also keep these in mind, I designed like a basic wireframe sketches. So here, this screen is where they start from. I will say like next customer please, and they'll be able to choose the language. In this case, I listed English and Spanish. After they press start, they'll be taken to this screen. On top of it is a title of this part. So this part is the list of the items they already scanned. And here on the right top corner is a button that they can press for to ask for help, so that a staff member can come to help them. On the right side of this middle part, there are two major features. One is they can press this and add a bag to the items they want to purchase, and here it says like 50 cents for each bag. So during the process, if they figure out they don't have enough bag to hold their things, they can always press it and add a bag, and add another bag, and add another bag. And the second feature here is lookup item, which has been explained here and also here. So that's the two features over here. And then on the bottom part, it will be this section shows the subtotal amount, the tax amount, and the total amount they need to pay so far. And also a big finish and pay button for them to go to the next step. And let's say they scan their first item. This big window will pop up, take over the entire screen, because that's the most important thing they need to know. What did I just scan? Is the price right? Is the product name right? And here it will show a picture, the product's name and the price here. And this window will stay here until they scan their next item or disappear after at most 2 to 3 seconds. And this will shrink into a line in this items list. And then here, let's say they already scanned 4 items and they will see all of them here. They will see the quantity and the price, and this of course will change based on this list. And let's say if they don't have a barcode for a certain item and they need to look it up, so they press this button and they will be taken to this screen. So also there is a pop-up window here. If well, in this pop-up window there is a keyboard, there's a text field, and there is a area showing cars of an image and a name. So right now, before they enter anything, this middle part shows all the categories, and they can slide left and right or click left and right to browse all the categories and click through them and find subcategories until they find the product they want to they are looking for. Or they can use the keyboard to enter the code or the product name, and as they enter things, this middle part will refresh in real time also until they find the product they are looking for. And maybe during this process they figure that they would rather ask somebody for help, or they just want to scan other things first, or whatever. They want to exit this lookup item process. They can simply close this window and go back to this process. And then after they have checked out all of the items in their shopping cart, they will be taken to the finish and pay steps, which I didn't include here. So that is a summary of my whiteboard design challenge approach. And well, after talking about this, I figured that maybe there's a better way to design the screen, because depends on how big is that screen. And if it's a small screen, this might not be a good approach, since there are a lot of buttons and it might not be big enough for them to navigate through. So there might be a different approach. And also, if I had more time, I would include the finish and pay and thank you and take receipt screens, because in those steps, although they are interacting with another machine, there still need to be something that gives feedback to the user. And yeah, these are the things that I can think of for now for this whiteboard design challenge. And thank you for listening, and I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you.